Hello folks, Brother Jim reporting here at End Times Prophecy News. GOP Representative Justin Amash calls for impeachment of President Trump. This is just more proof how we know there are Republicans in name only, working as elitists. Libertarian Republican Congressman Justin Amash of Michigan called for the impeachment of President Trump on Saturday, becoming the first GOP congressman or senator to do so. Amash also accused Attorney General William Barr of misleading the public about the findings of the Mueller report, acting exactly like a libtard. Last month, Amash expressed his openness to running against President Trump in 2020 as the Libertarian Party candidate. Roll Call reported. Amash made his case in a Twitter thread, which is presented below without commentary. Here are my principal conclusions. Attorney General Bill Barr has deliberately misrepresented Mueller's report. President Trump has engaged in impeachable conduct. Partisanship has eroded our system of checks and balances, and few members of Congress have read the report. Few members of Democrat congressmen have read the report because it's been totally redacted except for a couple of names of the grand jury and people that should not. That's not it. And they refuse to read it. Why? Because they know there's nothing in it. Here are my principal conclusions. Okay, so he says, I offer these conclusions only after having read Mueller's redacted report carefully and completely. Right. Having read or watched pertinent statements and testimony, and having discussed this matter with my staff, who thoroughly reviewed materials and provided me with. Okay, why don't we just get down to brass tacks there, fool? Why don't you just say, what did he do? In comparing Barr's principal conclusions, congressional testimony, and other statements to Mueller's report, it is clear that Barr intended to mislead the public about what? Oh, we're not going to say. Just like Mueller claims everybody lied to the FBI, or into Congress, but we don't even know what they lied about. Under our Constitution, the president shall be removed from office on impeachment for and conviction of treason, bribery, which he's been proven nothing of. Amazing. This just goes to show you how much they hate Cyrus Trump. All right, so anyway, these are just laws, and he's reiterating here. Let's move on. Good old Oprah Winfrey there, huh? A Vanity Fair contributing editor says Trump should be handed over to the Saudis and butchered like Khashoggi. But you know, it's Trump's fault that America is hating on him. It's Trump's fault. Far-left journalist and Vanity Fair contributing editor Fran Lebowitz suggested on Friday night that President Trump be handed over to the Saudi government so they can butcher him like a Khashoggi.
We should turn him over to the Saudis, his buddies. The same Saudis, we should turn him over to the Saudis, his buddies. The same Saudis, who got rid of that reporter. Maybe they could do the same for him.
So there you go. Saudi journalist Khashoggi was butchered in the Saudi embassy in Turkey and chopped into pieces in 2018. They want us all dead. Friend Lebowitz has sparked outrage after saying that President Trump deserves to be handed over to the Saudis to face the same treatment as the late journalist Jamal Khashoggi, who was brutally killed and dismembered. The liberal author and Vanity Fair contributing editor, 68 years old, made the comments on Friday's edition of Real Time with Bill Maher as she discussed the Mueller report and potential impeachment proceedings against the commander-in-chief. When asked whether she believes Trump should face impeachment, Lebowitz responded, impeachment would be just the beginning of what he deserves, not even scratching the surface of what he deserves. She continued, the truth here is that Lebowitz wants Islam to invade America and to behead you and chop you up into pieces. That's why she hates Trump, because Trump's trying to keep the radical Islam out. That's the truth of it. Okay. Austrian government collapses after 2-year-old video. Pardon me. Still getting over the cold. Austrian government collapses after 2-year-old video dropped on far-right leader just days before EU elections. Police suspect Western intelligence involved. What? Austrian Chancellor Sebastian Kurz called for snap elections after a 2-year-old video was released in the German press showing coalition partner Heinz Christian Strack discussing contracts with a woman posing as a Russian oligarch's niece. From our source in Vienna, here is the first account from my cousin translated. The Austrian right-wing government has resigned as soon as possible. New elections are pending. The German media released a 2-year-old video, which they leaked anonymously. The video shows a conversation between 2 government politicians, the vice chancellor and one more, while on vacation in Ibiza. The conversation was secretly filmed. Now, after 2 years, the video was leaked to 2 German newspapers, 2 far-left newspapers. In the video, the 2 politicians behaved like pubescent adolescents and developed wild political fantasies and claimed support by a few major industrialists. Alcohol was in the game and also a beautiful woman. It was embarrassing to look at it, especially when you know that they are statesmen. It would be interesting to discover who is behind the video, possibly the Germans themselves, SPD lefties or the Vienna SPO lefties. Hopefully, it will be announced as soon as possible and before the elections, but that is not likely. A political earthquake was triggered, and it was just the first the resignation of the FPO politicians, and now in the evening, the resignation of the government. According to the police, the tape drop was done so professionally that the police suspect, public too, that a Western intelligence service is behind the action. The newspapers, the 2 German newspapers, refused to divulge their sources. It is too strange that exactly 1 week before the EU election, the video appears and was not published for 2 years. Who is behind it is deeply repugnant. And Reuters reports here, Austria's Chancellor Sebastian Kurz called on Saturday for a snap election, pulling the plug on his coalition with the far right after its leader was caught on video discussing state contracts with a woman posing as a Russian oligarch's niece. The far right Freedom Party's Heinz Christian Strack resigned as vice chancellor and party leader after the video was released by 2 German news organizations. He acknowledged that the video was catastrophic but denied breaking the law. Kurz, a conservative who formed a coalition with the Freedom Party a year and a half ago, said the apparent video's sting, in which Strack discusses contracts in return for financial or political favors, was the last straw in the relationship. Thank you for listening. May the Lord bless. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a very important announcement. Would you like to see most of your illnesses go away? Let me introduce you to the Water Smacker. A new modern breakthrough in science has come to knowledge, ridding your body of many toxins through this state-of-the-art new technology. The testimonials are endless. People have been healed of shingles, pancreas survivor healed, colon cancer patient healed. Your skin returns its oil back to itself and elasticity. Gray hair goes away. Look younger. Red blood cells return to being round. Plaque in your arteries is wiped out. Blood pressure is lowered. Feel stronger and have more energy. Return to a more youthful feeling and look. Pick up your Water Smacker today for only $350, and don't forget to mention Brother Jim sent you. The link is down below along with the website and other videos for a much longer description. Thank you.